Hello everyone, Ecos here, and today I decided that I need to make a video for you on um, how to set up Sony Vegas Pro 11 or 10 or 9. It will work for every of these and for any version of Sony Vegas. So I wanted to let you know how to get the best results for YouTube video processing or that. So here I got my 1 minute clip. So the first thing you'll want to do is go into the project video properties. You can press Alt Enter to enter that, and also if you want to see how it will look in the end, just keep the preview quality on best and full, which will show you how it will look after rendering because of our project video properties, and I'm gonna show it now. So basically I recommend using the HD video 720/25p, which is the resolution of 1280 times 720 at 25 frames per second, which is enough for YouTube. So you'll keep this how it is set. The field order must be on none, aka progressive scan. Keep pixel aspect ratio on 1. I don't really mess around with this. Frame rate on 25 frames per second, which is enough. And now the other part is the pixel format, which is very important because I recommend keeping a 32-bit floating point on full range. That is very important because let me just show you. If I'll switch it to video levels, the compositing gamma gets above 2, and if I'll accept that, as you can see, the quality, not the quality but the video got darker. So if you will keep that on full range and 1 compositing gamma linear, that will make our video lighter, because in the end, after rendered out, the videos get a lot darker in Sony Vegas Pro. If you don't let this on 32-bit with 1 of compositing gamma. Then the next thing is full resolution rendering quality, which you want to keep on best. Motion blur type I prefer Gaussian, even though you don't really I don't think that there's a difference in between which you want to use. Then the interlace method is on none, because that's important to let it like this. Also, if you want your Sony Vegas to, I recommend ticking this. So your when you start Sony Vegas Pro, it will always start with this particular settings. So keep that in mind. And then let's look at audio. Keep it on stereo. 48,000 Hz of sample rate. 16-bit depth is enough. More I don't recommend using that. And there is sample and search quality on best, obviously. And then there's the ruler, which should be kept like this. There's not really anything else to mess around with in this part. So if you got this, you can click OK now. And now there's one important thing about your video, because if you will notice, let me just get in the motion here. Well, like here you can see, here you can see how it, I don't know if you could saw that, if not, sorry, but here you can see how it makes it ghosted, like you see the doubled picture. If I'll move in the timeline a little bit, you will see that everywhere. And here you can see like strange, that's some strange artifacts, and that's because the frame rate of the clip is on different frame rate than your video settings. But there's a very easy step that just you will do, and your videos will look much better. So let me just find the part with the grenade. I don't know why I clicked away. Well, I want some part where you can see the ghosting a lot, so you will understand how. Alright, so here, I think this is it. Here you can see how there's a huge ghosting going on. So you will right click on the clip and go into properties, and there's some options. Don't really need to mess with anything except for this part with resampling. So click disable resample, and that's it. You will click OK, and as you see, the clip is now without ghosting and looks much better. As you can see anywhere, there's no ghosting. And let me just quickly show you how it looks if it would be rendered. So let me just play it back. As you can see, that's how it looks like now, and when I would enable resampling and render it, you will see the difference. Why you really need to disable resampling to make it look much nicer, because here you can see there's it's like blurred and it's distracted, and you know, so just keep in mind that you need to disable resampling on all of your clips, because if I will put in the clip again, there's ghosting away. So just again click properties, disable resample, and OK, and that will get you rid of the ghosting, as you can see. So that's a huge difference. Okay, so for the audio part, there's not really much you can do about that, and if you make a commentary and put another track under it, just make sure to lower the volume. I keep it on like 20 or 14, that depends on what game it is and how loudly I speak. Then you will put in your second audio right under it, and you can do the same thing just to make the volume higher. If you want to get it on 0 again, just double click on the slider and it will be on 0 decibels of audio gain. Right now, if you've got your clip done, you can just select it by double clicking under all the clips. That will select all your timeline. So now let's take a look into the rendering. So click render as, and here I've got my render properties. I've been kind of testing what is the best for YouTube, and you know, I've got something for Battlefield 3, like the templates, but I found out that if I had 15 megabits per second, the rendering and then the processing took very long, and the quality was not as good as it could be, considering it's 15 megabits. So I found out that if you want the best quality for YouTube, use the it's mainly, I forgot you to say that it's Sony AVC/MVC, MP4, MTTS, and AVC codec. So now I will just show you my template. If you want, I could upload this, so leave a comment if you want this file for use. I will upload it, and with instructions and the link will be in description. So now, include video pretty obviously must be ticked, and the video format keep on AVC. Frame size, keep it on the same as in the project settings. I don't recommend allowing the source to adjust the frame size, because that could seriously mess up if you have various clips in your timeline. Then also the profile is best on high. That gets you rid of the artifacts and the ugly you know, things that could appear, like blocking the video. Entropy coding is best on KBAC from what I've tested out. Frame rate 25, don't allow source to adjust frame rate again, because we have this in our project settings and you don't want to get it messed up. Really, this is the best settings for YouTube. And filter order on none, I've told you that once or before. Pixel aspect ratio on 1, and bitrate, bits per second, is 8 million or like 8 megabits, which is enough. Don't use more than 8, but I don't recommend using less than 8. This seems to be the best. You can try it out yourself, but for me it has proven that when you upload a bigger clip to YouTube, YouTube automatically processes it to a much more smaller clip. So you know, the bitrate is better in this place, because the higher it is, the more ugly it gets after processing on YouTube. The encode mode, I have to keep it on render using CPU only, because the last update of codecs or the drivers for my GPU messed it up. But if you want and you have a GPU that allows it, use render using GPU if available, because that speeds it up a lot if you have a slower CPU than your GPU, which you should probably. Then in the audio part, just keep it on AAC, that's what YouTube accepts, 48,000 Hz and 128,000 of bytes per second quality. Audio encoding mode is stereo, no need to use 5.1 surround because it won't even work on YouTube. And in the format, just keep it on MP4, that's the best for me. It is supported by default in Windows 7 and YouTube gets the format very quickly for me. In the project, window rendering quality best and stereoscopic 3D mode, no need to mess in there because we're not using 3D in these clips. And if you are not sure if your GPU can do the rendering, just click check GPU. It will take just a little while and it will show you if any rendering advanced techniques are available. So for me it is CUDA. I have a GTX 560 Ti, so you know it is much faster. I'll actually try to render it using GPU, so I'll just save the project file and send it to you if you want. So that's it. Then you'll click render, just set where you want to render it, change the name and click render, and that's it. You will get the best quality by using these settings. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that I helped you to get the best quality out of your videos for YouTube. If you want to see more, leave a comment and I'll get back to you in my next video. I don't know what it will be. I make a lot of videos, so subscribe to see them. So yeah, I'm out. Peace.